In this video, we're going to take a look at pips points or fractions of pips, just so we get an understanding about where we're staking to. So in other words, if we want to trade a number of pounds per point, what is a point? And how many points does it have to move for us to make the money that we want? And is it decimal places and so on? This is a really important part of trading. Let's have a look at a trading platform now. Now, not all platforms are particularly clear on this point, and I encourage you to always have a look about what your trading platform is quoting and how it's quoting before you start to look to place trades. I would encourage you, therefore, to always look at a demo account before getting going. This is a demo account. Great thing about a demo or practice account is if you make a mistake, it doesn't cost you anything. So it's good to get mistakes, learn a platform first before you start to place trades with your own hard-earned money. First of all, what is a pip or a point? Well, it's really the minimum price movement that you can see on a market. So for the FTSE, for example, a movement from 6360 to 6361 would be 1 point, or a pip, same sort of thing really. It's basically the minimum point movement for the market. So if we want to trade £1 a point on the FTSE, if it moved from 6360 to 6361, we'll make or lose £1 on that trade. Currencies can be a little bit more complicated, as can other markets, because we start to look at different decimal places. In the last number of years, in order to ensure more accurate pricing and people not exploiting latent prices, we've started to introduce fractional pips. It all gets very, very complicated, doesn't it? Let's have a look at a euro-dollar order ticket. Here we can see the price of euro-dollar. Let's call it at 112.90. There, but we've got a fractional price. Typically, on vast majority of FX markets, with the general exception of yen pairs, we trade it to the fourth decimal place. So if I wanted to buy £100,000 worth on my sterling account of euro against the dollar, then I'd be trading that at £7.04 per point. But is that to this move, or is it to this move? I can tell you that it is to the fourth decimal place, but always check that with the platform you are using. So if the market were to move from 90 to 91, that would be a movement for me of £7. If it would move to 90.0 to 90.01, like we see there, then that would be a movement of 70 pence. So it's important to get it right, particularly since if you do get it wrong, okay, sometimes it might cost you 1/10 of what you thought. That's okay, we can deal with that. Frustrating if you get a winning trade, of course, if you've only made 1/10 of the money. But if you get it wrong, and odds would suggest you'd get it wrong and stake too much, you risk 10 times the amount that you want to, and all of a sudden you could have a little bit of a problem. So what do? We try it out on demo account first. The general rule of thumb, if you're trading a dollar market or most currency pairs, you're trading it to the fourth decimal place. That is a pip. Sterling dollar, the same. Sterling Swiss is the same, and so on. As you move down to yen pairs, you can see that it's, well, let's just bring up an order ticket. Here, we don't have a fourth decimal place. We certainly don't have a fifth, do we? So how can we stake to the fourth decimal place? Well, I can tell you that a pip is not there. If I wanted to do the same £100,000 trade at £6.44 per point, then we're looking at 123.26. The second decimal place is what I'm trading to. So movement from 123.26 to 123.27 will be 1 pip, and so on. So important to get an understanding of that. So in that case, if I did £100,000 of euro against the yen, then what I would have there is a £6.44 profit per pip that the market goes up in my favor. If I was to get it wrong, then it would cost me £6.44 per pip. But of course, it's to the second decimal place that I'm interested in.